Alright, let's look at something different. What if I had 3 times the absolute value of x plus 4? And that was all equal to 15. So we want to get this in a standard form, and that is where we just have absolute values on the left and then probably constants over here on the right. So we've got to do something with this 3 here, and what we're going to do is we're going to multiply both sides by 1/3. So 1/3 times 3 and 1/3 times 15, right? So what we do to the left, we got to do to the right. So 1/3 times 3 is 1, so now we're just left with the absolute value of x plus 4 is equal to, and 1/3 of 15 is 5. Right, 3 goes into 15 5 times. So now we've got it in our standard form, and if you've been working the previous problems, you should be able to work this one out pretty easily. We'll just go through it real fast. We have x is equal, or x plus 4 is equal to 5. So that's going to be the first thing I do, is drop the absolute value bars, and then we're going to rewrite what's in the absolute value bars. But remember, we throw a negative out in the front. Now we just simply solve for x. So if I take 4 over to the right hand side of the equal sign, it's a minus because it's positive here. We take it over to the right, it becomes minus, and 5 minus 4 is, you guessed it, 1. So we take positive 4 over to the right, becomes negative 4, and negative 5 minus 4 is a negative 9. Okay, and I'm going to write the solution set up here since we got more room. Alright. So these are our solutions to the absolute value equation, and you can always check your work by plugging these numbers in. For example, let's plug 1 into here. You got 1 plus 4 is 5, and the absolute value of 5 is 5, and 5 times 3 is 15. So that works out, and I'll let you go ahead and plug negative 9 in and see what we get. Alright, let's look at another one. What about if we had the absolute value of 3x minus 1 plus 7 is equal to 2? So the first thing I'm going to do is get this thing in standard form. That is, I want just the absolute, what's in the absolute value bars on the left hand side of the equal sign. So let's get rid of this 7 and bring it over to the right. So if it's positive, we'll bring it over to the right, it becomes negative. And so we're left with 3x minus 1. So 2 minus 7 is a negative 5. Okay. We have the absolute value of 3x minus 1 is equal to negative 5. Just find something fishy here. Remember, no matter what you plug into this side is always going to be a positive number. So if I found me an x and I plugged it in, and somehow we got a negative number out, like negative 5, then that goes against the definition of what the absolute value stands for, right? So this side is going to always be a positive number, and you can't have a positive number equal to a negative number. So this can't be done, right? So there's no solution, also known as the empty set, right? So the solution set is empty. It's just not possible. Okay, moving right along.